Hi fellow movie freaks, it's American movie freak Tracy here, and boy have I got a doozy for you today. It's the movie Sisu, which is based in Finland. Every now and then in the local theater here, which happens to be Regal Cinemas, they have what they call a mystery movie. And this past Monday, that mystery movie was Sisu. The great thing about having these mystery movies is that it's always a film that hasn't been released yet, and this one is no different. We're still a week away before it's actually released in theaters next Friday, April 28th. But having had the opportunity to see it ahead of time, and as a mystery, it's a cool experience because you go in without knowing what the film is, and you sit down in the seat and you go through all the trailers and commercials, and then the movie just starts rolling, and you don't know until you recognize an actor or you recognize it from a trailer you might have seen. And in this case, I had seen the trailer and I was kind of looking forward to it, and I was not disappointed. So let's get into it. Sisu is rated R for strong, bloody violence, gore, and language. Definitely not for the faint at heart and not for younglings. For those who don't mind that kind of thing, you better buckle up because you're going for a ride. The runtime for this film is 1 hour and 31 minutes. It stars Jorma Tommila, who plays a character called Aatami Korpi. I've never really seen this actor, and I actually had to look him up. He won the Best Actor award for this film at the Catalonian Film Festival last year. The story takes place back in 1944 at the tail end of World War II, and this character Korpi is a gold miner. It shows him digging in the soil in the Lapland wilderness, which is in Finland. As he's digging this giant hole, he comes across a big chunk of gold, and then pretty soon as he's chiseling it out with his tools, he finds that it's a massive deposit of gold. And after extracting as much as he could, he loads up his bags and he puts them on his horse and he heads out to the nearest bank, which is about 563 miles away. Unfortunately, he comes across some Nazis who are occupying the territory, and they find what it is he has, and they want to take it from him and take care of him. But they soon discover that this is no ordinary man, and he takes out a small band of Nazis and goes on his way. Alerted by the sound of gunfire, a larger platoon of Nazis comes after him, and they decide they want the gold for themselves. Blood and gore ensue from there, and we find out that Sisu is actually a Finnish word that means never give up. And when they take Korpi's gold, he will stop at nothing to get it back. Film school rejects actually described this film as glorious carnage, which is an apt description of the film. There's body parts being flown, there's explosions all over. As a matter of fact, the trailer is pretty bloody as well. And so if you go on to see it in certain places, they'll actually ask you to put in your birth date so you can watch it, because it's not for children. You actually see some of the carnage in the trailer itself. So be aware of that. Film school rejects also had this to say about the film: it's the most fun you can have watching Nazis be destroyed. It should be an official tagline for the movie, which I actually thought it was originally until I saw that it was said by film school rejects. You find out that Korpi actually fought in the winter wars between Finland and Russia, and in that war he actually lost his home, his family to the Russians, and was so distraught that he just became a one-man death squad, and the Finnish military commanders could not even control this guy, so they said, well, let's just send him out and have him hunt down these Russian soldiers and take them out for us. And that's what he did, and his legend grew and grew, and the Russians called him Koshai, which means the immortal. The word Sisu is a Finnish word that means to never give up, and the character of Korpi embodies this and will stop at nothing. Now, there's a few scenes in here, and I won't go into any detail, but there's a few scenes in here. I mean, it kind of just gradually gets a little bit more unrealistic as it goes. There's certain things that this guy survives that you wouldn't think he would, but at the same time, it kind of speaks to the name of the film, which is Sisu, which means to never give up. And you get the feeling that Sisu is actually in Korpi's as part of his soul, and that's why he refuses to die. It's an interesting concept, lots of blood, gore, carnage. If that's what you like, or you can deal with it, then this film is for you. They do throw in some humorous scenes to lighten it up a little bit, but one of the most notable things about this film, and it's pretty amazing that he actually only has 2 lines in the film, and they're said in the very last scene of the movie before the credits roll, and I thought that was pretty hilarious. So basically, he communicates throughout the movie just by pointing and grunting.
We're rich, boys!
So that kind of made it a little bit hilarious to watch. So my rating for this film is an 8.5 out of 10. I found the film highly entertaining to watch and just on the edge of your seat. You're just waiting for these Nazis to get what's coming to them. It was highly entertaining if you could get past the blood and gore. For those who can handle that, I recommend it. It's high octane action from start to finish. That's it for this review. Sisu, an 8.5 out of 10. So look for it in your local listings next Friday, April 28th. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, feel free to send me an email if you have questions, comments, or criticisms even. Send them to me at AmericanMovieFreaks@protonmail.com, or put them in the comments below, and I'll answer any emails or comments that you post for me. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, I hope to see you at the show.